Hey everyone, and welcome back to another modix video. Today I'm bringing you a ultimate Killjoy guide for the map Ascent. I'm planning on doing a whole series where I go through every single map and teach you guys how to play with Killjoy. Now everybody's like, well, Killjoy is like such a defensive agent, and I'm showing you the best defensive setups today, but I'm also showing you guys why she could be considered an offensive agent. So if this is something that you're interested in, then stay tuned because we're about to get right into it. So starting off, we're going to go and talk about the best defensive setup for A site. I'm going to go ahead and just turn on cheats real quick because I kind of forgot to do that before starting the video. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and just place our turret right over here. I'm going to show you guys why. I know that it is wide out in the open, but I think that it's okay because as you guys will see, it's like really hard to see. Like if you're going fast, the wall behind it kind of covers up the white area, and then the gutters cover up the orange area. So like if a player goes fast, then they're probably gonna miss it. And the reason why I feel like this turret is good is because it distracts opponents. They won't be able to see it until they start getting hit, and once they get hit, they need to start thinking about how they're gonna get rid of the turret, and they're not gonna be thinking about where our alarm bot and our nano swarm grenades are. The only downside to this turret is that it is 36 meters away, and if you watch my ultimate guide on Killjoy, any distance longer than 35 meters will only do 4 damage per shot, resulting in a 12 damage burst. But I don't really think that this really needs to do a lot of damage. It just needs to kind of distract, and maybe we even bait out some sort of Sage utility. You never know. Now, if you don't like this, I have a second turret for you. You can go ahead and do this. We're gonna make sure that we right click to rotate it, then walk over to these boxes, make sure that it disappears, and then jump, and then just click and place it. This is a good turret because they won't be able to see it until they push onto site, and then also it can still watch this area right here, and it's a bit easier to destroy it if you're peeking from like catwalk. But keep in mind that this turret that we placed right over there is still going to be able to be seen just when they're further up on catwalk. So now we need to talk about our abilities. So I want to go ahead and place my nano swarm grenade right here. Make sure to pay attention to like this circle. I'm not leaving a big enough area where people can just like go through. And then for a nano swarm grenade, I want to place one. I'm just going to line up with this crack right here. We're just going to go ahead and place that thing right there. You're going to be able to hear that audio cues are given off to opposing players where abilities are, and this is really going to make them decide. They're either going to have to peek right over here or peek this way. If they peek this way, then we get unlucky and they might end up destroying our nano swarm grenade. But if they peek the opposite way, then it's probably going to be hard for them to get the shot off on the alarm bot, because the way to counter the alarm bot is to not go inside its range and to peek it outside of its range and then shoot it, but you're not able to do this right over here. So basically they may have to make a decision, and let's say that they do peek here and you're using this turret placement. They're going to go over here, they're going to see something shooting at them, and then they're going to have to flick to the turret. This should give you enough time to go ahead and just kind of do that, and then they die. So that's how I like to play with those. But keep in mind, we still have one nano swarm grenade. So we're going to come right over here and we're aiming to place it right there. It's going to be mostly hidden by this like little buckle that looks like a seatbelt buckle. Maybe that's just me, but hey. So many players like to plant like right here. And if this is the case, they'll like come over here and they'll just kind of plant. This will, of course, cover it because it's a pretty large radius. If not, then they come over here and they can hear it, but hopefully we know that they're on site and we can go ahead and activate that thing. And it covers basically all of generator. So the only other place that they can really plant is like right here. And honestly, you should be able to peek over here. So it's not the best spike placement, but that's how we normally defend A site. So now let's go ahead and move over to B site and talk about how you would want to defend that. So coming from CT, we're going to try to make this as fast as possible. You're just going to want to take out your turret, walk over here, and right away, you're just going to place your turret up here. This is a great turret placement because it can barely be seen once pushing out of B tons. And it's also perfect because if they do push through market, they gain control of mid. There's like only a sliver of it that shows as they're peeking. So like they're they're probably like peeking like these kind of areas. They might not even look over here, and then your turret is able to get the shots off. And then a more riskier turret, I honestly don't know how safe I feel whenever I do this, because I feel like it gets blocked by the boat. But this turret right here is so hard to be seen, and it still covers both of those angles. But we'll go ahead and just keep our turret up here. And now let's talk about our alarm bot and our nano swarm grenade. This is like really key that you place these in these specific positions. First of all, we're placing our alarm bot as far left to close to the boat as possible, because it still covers all this area. And then I'm lining up with the edge right here, and I'm going to throw my nano swarm grenade here. The reason why you don't want your alarm bot facing this way is because we want them to target the alarm bot, because that's 2 times the damage. If they don't shoot the turret right away and they get hit by the alarm bot, the turret's going to deal a good bit of damage. So they're most likely going to target this alarm bot. We don't want them to be facing over here, because they gain way more intel than just looking at a boat. And even if they do somehow destroy this, destroy that, they're facing at the ground. They're not even looking at you, so you should just be able to tap them in the head. If they do peek here, just like in the other one, then we just get unlucky. We might not be able to go ahead and activate it, but the alarm bot should do its job. So it's just a lose-lose situation, and that's why I feel like splitting them up is the best way to go. We still have one more nano swarm grenade, so we're going to everybody's favorite spike placement, default. Here you want to aim pretty low and then throw it so that it lands inside the box. This is broken, and I would not be surprised if they patch this. If they do, then I'm going to go ahead and make a new video on this, I promise. I'm going to turn invulnerability on, because I'm about to get hit by this thing. So if they plant here and you know it, you can just activate it. And this way, when like even if they crouch, they can't go under it. If you go too high, then sometimes they will be able to crouch under it. So just aim as low as I did, and you will be fine. That's how we defend with Killjoy. These are the best turret placements, best alarm bot placement, best nano swarm grenade placements. I don't know why I just went through all those. Now let's talk about attacking B site, since we're already here. So before we get into attacking on B, I want to go ahead and talk about mid real quick. So for mid, you're mainly just a helper. I feel like Killjoy is better off if she's put onto one of the sites to go ahead and defend. I don't think that she works as well for mid on Ascent, because honestly, mid's not that important, and I find players mainly pushing through the sites. But to help on, let's say that you're helping B, you're going to come to this side. Remember that the buy phase is here, so right away, go ahead and place your alarm bot right here. And then we're going to go ahead and throw our nano swarm grenade here. And then turret can either be placed here. Make sure that you rotate it. It can be either placed there, or can be placed like in this corner on top of pizza. And this way we still give them the option, and then the turret does like its damage. You can go ahead and sit here and just play off of your abilities, peek with it, and you'll be good. And then speaking about A site, we're gonna be going up to cat. This is where players like to push. They go through A. This is mainly where I see players going if they do decide to push mid. So for this, we're gonna place our alarm bot. See how far this range is. You guys can see the blue circle right there. We're just gonna line it up with like the line so that everything gets hits with it. And then we're gonna take our nano swarm and throw it inside this corner so that it's harder to be seen. Once again, we give them a choice. And I feel like the best turret to really help on A is really just to place this turret over here. Make sure that it's facing you. Jump. Then make sure that like you're close enough. For some reason, it's backing me up. So you guys get the idea. We already showed you. See? Just place it up there. And then this will help you, because once players are pushing out, it will be able to find it. And you guys will be good to go. But now let's go into attacking on B site. So I'm in B lobby now. I made my way over here, and I'm about to show you guys 3 lineups that you need to know while attacking B. So you have 2 options. You can either use your utility to push onto site, or you can save your utility for post plant and treat it more of like a defensive situation. So let's first show you guys how you're going to want to clear out angles so that you can easily push onto B site. So we're going to be coming over to this grate right here. Just line up in that middle of the grate. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then we're just going to aim right over here. We're just going to jump and throw that thing. And then before we push out and show you guys where this thing actually lands, we're going to come over here. I like to aim at this, like not 1, 2, but the 3rd one. and then just throw it at like that corner. As like we can split this in half, and as long as it's like down this middle path and to the right, you're good, because we just wanted to hit this back corner because this is a common area that players like to play. But our last, or like our first nanoswarm landed over here, and some players like to play behind boat, just peek it that way. But this is basically going to get them out of that situation. So those are the two lineups to push onto site. If you go ahead and get spike planted, just please plant the spike here, because then if we saved all our utility, then we can use our first grenade, or our first defensive one, and just place it right there. And then we can also have a post plant one, like where we just completely leave the site and we use a lineup. And for this one, we just head over here back into B lobby. We head on top of these boxes, back up a bit more, and then just aim right here and throw. That's simple. It's gonna land pretty much in the same spot, so you can just choose to throw two inside the box. It really does not matter. But then you're just able to go ahead and pop it. They're not going to be able to defuse if it's in there. Pop that one. Not going to be able to defuse if it's in there. That's how easy attacking B site is. So here we are in a lobby. I'm going to completely disregard attacking mid, because I don't think that it's going to be worth. You might be able to like place your turret here and then maybe like chuck a nade over there to try to clear out that angle. But honestly, I don't find it worth attacking mid, so I'm just gonna show you guys how to attack A site now. So we have 3 lineups. Once again, we have 2 to help clear sites and everything, and then we have 1 for post plant. So just come over to this box. We're gonna be looking at this house right here. We're gonna go like right here. This is where I like to throw it, and timing is key with this, so it might take a bit of practice. Just kind of throw it as you seem fit. We're looking for it to land right around here. This is fine, but you can also like land it back over here. Mainly, we're just trying to clear this player out of the way and get them into our line of vision so that it's way easier to shoot them. So that's our first one. And then our second one, we're actually going to be on top of the box. Just go ahead and jump up. And then we're just throwing it right here. Go ahead, and this is like really important. You like jump, and then like right when you jump, you throw it. So just kind of do that. And as you see, it lands in heaven, and this is perfect because, I mean, we want to clear the player playing heaven, because this is a very common area to be held. Players like play right here, and this will actually clear it. So this is your second one, and those are the only 2 you get. So you have to keep in mind, if you want to save 1 for post plant, you're probably going to have to use some other teammate's utility. But our last lineup is going to be regarding this grate right here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the lineup, and then you guys can figure out where you guys want to plant. But anyways, we're just going to look up. We're heading right here, and then we're just going to jump and throw that thing. You just line it up, and it's going to land right near generator. So it lands right there. Just, like, plant anywhere in here, and they won't be able to defuse it. This is how I like to attack on A site, and I don't want to stretch this video at all. So this is my ultimate Killjoy guide to the map Ascent. If this did help you out, then be sure to subscribe with notifications on, because we're uploading daily Valorant content until we hit 5,000 subscribers. I want to appreciate everyone for all the support we've been seeing recently. That's going to wrap it up for me today. I'm uploading a ton more Killjoy content, so just stay tuned. Thanks for watching, boys, and I'll see you all in the next one.